and ready to dive bomb the pernicious peddlers of the pornographic politic. So run for cover. It's the Fred Dryer Radio Show. Incoming! And now, here is your host, Fred Dryer.
Thank you so very much. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are cruising along here in the Great Beast at 59,089 feet, not inches above the surface of the globe. And the reason we're up here at this height is to get complete positioning on all problems. We get great perspective. It's great up here, and if we want to pay attention to something, we do. If we don't, we don't. And there's lots of Cokes in the fridge. And my good friend...
Cokes in the fridge?
My good friend here is... Just a second now. What is that? Oh, yeah.
Aloha. Aloha.
Now, you were in Hawaii for a couple of days.
That's where I got this shirt.
And that shirt is really, really bad.
Would you dance with me, the hula? I've learned how to do this. You like the way I'm swinging the hips? Watch out.
There's not a lot of room up here.
I can hit you right there. Look at. I'll do it again. See, I got you again. It's crowded up here in the cockpit.
All right, dial it down a little bit, Tom. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I'll bring it down for you.
Let it play a little bit.
I'll take care of it, Tomas. Don't worry.
That's good. That's right. That's good. So, anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Fred Dryer, along with my good friend Michael Horn. Look, this first segment is anything you want to do. If you want to do anything that reflects
really anything at all,
anything.
I want to lower this from 59,089. I want to go to 59,088.
What's the purpose of that?
just to see what you would say. That's all. Just want to take it down just a little bit.
No, I'm the one that sets the outcome.
Okay, never mind. Then I won't do that.
It's in my contract, by the way.
Hawaii was wonderful, and we were looking for you in Kapalua at the Wine and Food Festival.
I don't know why you would be looking for me.
Because you're a food kind of a guy. As long as there's salmon and broccoli, you're there at the meal.
Yeah.
Right? You do have a great diet. You have one of the most spectacular, healthy diets, and I've tried to start eating that way. Now, it was tough in Hawaii because there's all this fresh seafood. There's like abalone and oysters and all that kind of stuff.
Those are the things you should not be eating.
Really? You shouldn't?
No.
But that's not good, the shellfish.
Look, just because you can eat them and it doesn't kill you immediately
doesn't mean
you
there's a long-term deal, right?
No, you can't digest
I didn't have them, no. Thank you very much. I wanted to bring back... I brought back Tomas and the Royal Hawaiians with me. They're performing 3-night shows.
I love Harry Owens.
Harry
Owens and the Royal Hawaiians.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
And I learned how to sing Tiny Bubbles in the Wine.
Them and Johnny Otis and the 3 Tons of Joy used to really have a great impression on me as a kid.
The 3 Tons of Joy.
Yeah. 3
like that
really
Johnny Otis show, right?
Chicks come on.
You like that, huh?
Yeah. You know what we have going here, folks? There's a lot of stuff going on, and one of the many things that we have to talk about is the shenanigans of what's going on in this country in sports and everything else. And when we get back, we'll get into this Washington Redskins thing. I think there's a couple of parallels here you'll find interesting. And nowhere are you going to hear this opinion. You're not going to hear from anybody on the mainstream media give you this opinion I'm going to give to you when I get back. And so hang in there with me. Welcome back, Mike. And if you can change the shirt.
I like that new music that we had here on the show. It's great.
I sure appreciate it.
I'm going to go hula right out here and to take a little break, and we'll come back with more. Email Fred at incoming@crni.net. Aloha.
Lumber Liquidators' low flooring prices just got even lower with the Buy More, Save More sale on now. Save $100, $300, even $500. The more you buy, the more you save on over 300 varieties of laminate, hardwood, and more. Save on striking and durable bamboo, including easy-to-install solid click strand bamboo for just $2.19 a square foot. That's 37% less than other flooring stores. Go to lumberliquidators.com to find the store nearest you. Plus, get special 15-month financing. But hurry, this sale ends June 17th.
Geico presents Fan Mail to a Pig.
Dear Maxwell, first off, I really enjoy your commercials about Geico's app. I watch them over and over and over. They make me both laugh and very hungry. Weird. Anyway, I just want to let you know how Geico's new claim status updates on the app really blow me away. Getting those updates makes me think of you. I'd like to thank you in person. Just send me your address. All the best, Big Bad W. Sure thing, Big Bad W. I got a pen. It's 802 Not Gonna Happen Lane.
Claim status updates just a tap away on the Geico app.
You know, I used when I was playing for the Giants, we'd play the Redskins twice a year, once at Yankee Stadium and once at DC Stadium, or the old RFK Stadium. And I would listen to the band play this.
Hail to the Redskins.
Hail to the Redskins, and the girls would come out in their chamois colored outfits, you know, and it was a spectacle that you couldn't believe. No other team had such a great spectacle like this. And the people would stand up and sing the song. The thing would resonate with 60,000 people, you know. And it was a great moment. And then you come back from the TV timeout and it'd be all over with.
And there was just a spectacular kind of pageantry then, right?
And if the Redskins won, that's all you heard.
Was this Hail to the Redskins?
You got on the airplane.
Big.
You know.
It's kind of a catchy tune, actually.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Let's dial that down just a second because I want to get into something. As we all know...
Welcome back, by the way, to the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Fred Dreyer.
Yes, thanks so much. And I'm sure there's a shirt in the back, an extra shirt there that you could probably put on.
I'm going to get you a Hawaiian shirt and a Redskins shirt, too.
Man, oh man, you're killing me with this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Redskins trademark canceled by U.S. Patent Office.
So the Patent Office has canceled their trademark.
Today.
Wow.
Announced. An unprecedented pressure on the Washington NFL team to change its name reached a crescendo today when the Trademark Trial and Appeal Board canceled 6 federal trademark registrations owned by the team, ruling that the term Redskins, in quotes, was disparaging to a substantial composite, in quotes, of American Indians when the marks were granted between 1967 and 1990. The 2-to-1 decision by the board does not mean the Redskin team must stop using the name, but gives opponents of the name another opening to hammer home their contention that the term is a despicable racial slur. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, right away I'm suspicious, said on the Senate floor that, quote, the handwriting is on the wall, end quote, and the team's name will change someday. Now, coming on with us, next segment,
our buddy Jerry Gardner.
We're going to have Jerry Gardner,
one of the great sports minds.
CBS News. And
CBS Sports,
and what we did is he was a guest with us a month or so ago.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about the Sterling situation and about can the league, if they do not like an owner or if they think that he's disparaged the league or misrepresented the league in a certain position, do they think that they can take his team away? And here's my position. By adhering to the name Redskin, in the face of others saying it's a racial slur, is Dan Snyder, owner of the Washington Redskins, a racist? If he is, and deemed so by the league, can they make him sell the team?
Do the same thing they did to Donald Sterling.
That's
in other
correct.
words, say this is it. But here's, how long have the Redskins been around?
Well, since the 20s.
Yeah. So has this been offensive since the 20s? It's only been the last couple of years that these people have come out of the woodwork telling you that it's offensive because everybody is too sensitive. You would think if it was offensive from the get-go, there would have been some kind of a big strife about this, saying, why are you naming them Redskins? What are you doing? What about the Atlanta Braves, the Cleveland Indians? What about all these teams?
No, all of these teams, and everybody else that somebody in government deems as offensive are going to lose their patent and their copyright. This opens the gate for anybody to say anything they want about your shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah, people
would
could tell me to get rid of this shirt.
I would agree with that.
Oh, please.
I would take you to court so you'd never see that.
Like, you outlaw this shirt from the radio show.
Yeah. So anyway, what's interesting is that there's now not only this is coming from Barack Obama personally.
It is?
Yes, it is. This is coming from government.
Harry Reid, Barack Obama,
all
the government.
of this stuff is meant now, and we'll get into it in another segment here. Of what the agenda of Barack Obama is.
They're telling us what we can and can't like is what they're doing.
Well, they are going to manipulate, and they are going to give you an America that you are not going to like, and it's starting to unfold right now. You've got 29 months. I counted up the months here. 29 months, and within these next 29 months, you're going to see this president. You know what Muhammad Atta is? You know who he was?
Yes.
Muhammad Atta was the gentleman, the lunatic that flew the first plane into the North Tower.
Yes.
Okay. You think that guy was crazy and disruptive and a terrorist. Wait till you see what this regime does in the next 29 months of this country.
It's like Animal Farm. It's like the pigs are in control. It's George Orwell's book all over again, telling us what we can and can't do.
And for anybody to sit on their thumbs and not go out and vote this November, and subsequently vote in 2016 for somebody who will return this country back to what it is, a Judeo-Christian country driven by the belief that God is we are sovereign under God, and we have liberty and freedom and justice, and we know what's reasonable and self-evident, and it's an American belief system, traditions and heritage. That's what's being attacked and wiped out, and so you're going to get an ending to this guy's 8 years in the White House, and you're not going to like between now and the time he leaves what's going to happen. You know how many people that he's going to give amnesty to? He's going to give amnesty. They say 12 million people living in the shadows. No, they're boldly living like Americans. We're the ones living like we're in the shadows. We're the ones suffering with this crap. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to give amnesty. He's going to give amnesty to 15 million illegal Mexicans, and each one of those represents another 5 people. That's going to be about 65 to 70 million people are going to be allowed into this country just at the
without going through the regular way of getting.
Nobody will speak English. It's going to create another country, a Mexico in this country, and 99% will be here in Los Angeles, and probably 99% of that 99 will be living on my street.
And Texas's economy is getting hit by this now. They're letting there's this big argument about those children. Everybody wants to help kids, but I mean the kids have parents with them. So as soon as you let the kids in, the parents are in. They don't know the language. They're
driving to get the vote, and they're driving to get people to pay into the system. That's what they want to do, and you've got Somalia on your hands. You're living in a third world country, and it only took a very short period of time to do it. So when we come back, we're going to be visited by our good friend Jerry Gardner, and we're going to get into this Redskins situation. So whatever you do, sit tight. We'll come back, and we'll have a nice chat with Jerry.
In the meantime, I'm going to get some poi and a Mai Tai for you, since I came back from Hawaii, and have that ready and served for you just to kind of calm you down a little bit.
I'm waiting.
Well, bring it. I've got my waiter shirt on right now, and I'll bring you out the little Mai Tai. If you want to email Fred Dryer, incoming at crni.net. It's the PM Show Weekend Edition with the one and only Mr. Dryer, the Sultan of Safety.
Hi, folks. Fred Dryer for Regenix. Like so many people today, I was losing my hair. I was literally watching it fall out, jumping right off the top of my head. So I said, that's it, enough. I called Regenix. When they introduced me to their patented hair analysis program, I immediately saw why I was losing my hair. Through their microscopic examination, I saw gray, sickly scalp. The hair follicles themselves were caked and clogged with the dirty, oily sludge. I was so relieved. Finally, there was hope. So now as I approach my 8th year on the Regenix program, my scalp is pink and clean and my hair is growing back. That's right, it's growing back. It makes so much sense. Don't wait. Call Regenix right now. Go to the phone and put an end to your worries. Start by calling 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX, or go to Regenix.com.
Ka'anapali Beach Hotel, Maui, Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Ka'anapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool. Indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Ka'anapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kvhmaui.com. That's kvhmaui.com. Aloha.
Ka'anapali Beach Hotel, Maui, Hawaiian Hotel.
When you're a caregiver, family and community support means so much. I never realized how much until last week when all the Potters I know got an email. I'm Aileen Ellis. This is Primetime Focus. It's from Jayetta. She mostly gave up Clay when her disabled grandson was born. Elliot will probably never talk, walk, or even lift his head on his own. Jayetta helps care for him. But through the Sadness and Specialists, Jayetta's been thinking of us, and her family has now started a website to let people know about Elliot's issues, and they're asking for help. Reaching out has released them from their prison of isolation. I'll put up a link so you can read about Elliot and his family. If you're a caregiver, maybe you feel pressure and isolation too. So I want to let you know that AARP has an online community of caregivers. You can read the posts anytime or register to participate. It's free and anonymous. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis. Hear all our programs on the web at aarp.org/radio.
Welcome back to the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, the star of our show, the one and only Sultan of Safeties, 2 safeties in 1 game, star of motion pictures, television, stage, and now radio, Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the show. Excuse me. This week the U.S. Patent Office ripped canceled trademarks by Dan Snyder and the Washington Redskins, claiming that the name Redskins was disparaging to a substantial composite of American Indians, and the marks were granted between 67 and 90. A 2-to-1 decision by the board does not mean the Redskins must now stop using the name, but surely it gives opponents and who hate the name open shots to continue to accuse Dan Snyder of being a racist. With us on the phone is our good friend Jerry Gardner. Jerry, how are you?
I'm doing just fine. I've been listening.
Good. And, I think that there's a similarity between what's going on here with the Redskins and trademark and the National Football League and the sudden explosion of racist comments being used in reference to Dan Snyder is very similar to what the NBA has done with Donald Sterling and the Clippers.
Yeah, and it's going to backfire on them for sure.
Yeah.
Because the bottom line is you cannot deny a man due process. That's what happened to Sterling. That's what they're trying to do to Dan Snyder. And I'll tell you the honest truth. You and I know government. Mike, you do too. You know what this is probably about? A couple of senators and a couple of congressmen requested upgrades to their season seats, the suites that they get, and instead of sitting on the 30, they wanted to sit on the 40, and Snyder or whoever makes those decisions for some reason couldn't do it, and they got their nose bent out of shape.
Good chance of that happening.
Wow.
That's probably part of what's going on. I also think that it's it's another thing along the line. We were talking on the phone a little while ago that this is just a flack, by government. Here we have a racist president looking out for America by protecting us from racial slurs. And
well, I think the word racist has been thrown around far too much on all sides, and we really got to take the rhetoric and dim it down, tune it down a little bit. Regarding this Redskins issue, and I think you fellas were mentioning, I was watching a game in Atlanta over the weekend. You know, they still do the tomahawk chop.
Yeah, the Braves are doing that tomahawk
chop.
Yes.
They do it all the time, and the organist makes that Indian sound.
Yes, and how offensive is that to these Indians? Come on.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Chief Wahoo is still around in Cleveland.
Is Chief Nakahoma still there? What about Chief Nakahoma there with the Braves?
They don't use Chief Nakahoma anymore.
Well, they should bring him
back.
He's
too old.
They stopped that about 20 years ago before political correctness. They just decided to go in the...
I like Chief Nakahoma.
That was Ted Turner.
Got too drunk.
Ted Turner. Jane Fonda no doubt told Ted, you got to dial it down on the Indians.
No, they lost Dale Murphy and they no longer had the Homa anymore. That's what happened.
The chief of the matter was, if you pardon the expression, Chief Nakahoma was an alcoholic and got too drunk.
Indians don't drink.
And they couldn't control the guy when there were home runs and he was supposed to slide down, whatever he does. Yep. He was too bombed to be able to do it.
That's
so they had to let the guy go, and I guess they just decided not to replace him. But let's talk about this in greater specifics.
Please. Or how.
I have been front and center as a radio person, and I know you have, Mike, also. All the FCC fines and things that were done when people would get offended because they heard a word they didn't like, and you would see letters to the FCC from a committee allegedly representing hundreds and hundreds of people. The fact of the matter is, when we found out what was behind those letters, it was one or two people printed up letterhead stationery and sent it to the FCC claiming they represented hundreds and hundreds of people. The same thing happened with this. You know how many people who were part of this suit to deny the Redskins their trademark?
How many?
5.
5 people.
Hold up your hand. 5 people were offended.
Hold up your beer cans. Let me get you. Okay, I got that counted. I see it. Yes.
5 people. That's it. There were no more than 5 people behind this whole thing.
Unbelievable, Jerry.
They called themselves a certain committee representing hundreds of people. They typed up letterhead. They sent mail. They sent emails. They flooded, people in Congress with this nonsense. 5 people sitting in a room.
Well, this is great. This is great propaganda flack. And when we come back, you'll hang on for another segment, won't you, Jerry?
Sure.
Okay. When we come back, we'll discuss more of this stuff and other things, along with our good friend Jerry Gardner, and when we come back, so stay tuned.
Jerry Gardner with us. That is the one and only Fred Dreyer's The PM Show Weekend Edition here on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Email Fred incoming at crni.net. Follow him on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or owe the IRS or state more than $10,000? If you don't take action now, your tax problem is going to get worse, much worse. Seizure of property, bank levies, wage garnishments, and potential criminal prosecution. And if you owe the IRS back payroll taxes, chances are you will be visited at your home or business by an IRS agent. Don't become paralyzed by fear. Take action now. Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield for help. Our team of experienced tax attorneys can get you protected, stop collections, and negotiate a permanent settlement with the IRS and state, potentially saving you thousands of dollars. At U.S. Tax Shield, our tax advisors will review your case for free, inform you of your rights, and give you a guaranteed quote. No games and no tricky upsells. That's why we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Put an end to your torment. Get protected. Get the Shield. Call U.S. Tax Shield now at 800-211-8753. That's 800-211-8753. 800-211-8753.
Gas, bloating, indigestion, constipation that comes and goes. If you're not having normal bowel movements every day, you can suffer from a buildup of toxins that cause upset stomach, constipation, excess gas, or intestinal discomfort. Plus, you could be holding up to 4.5 pounds of fecal waste if you're going to the bathroom only once a day. Even more unwanted weight if you're going less often. But now there's Colon Flow. Non-prescription Colon Flow is scientifically formulated with key ingredients to help restore normal bowel function. And you're eligible eligible to try it free for 30 days. We're looking for participants to receive a free 30-day trial, so call immediately. All Natural Colon Flow works gently with your body to eliminate toxic waste and maintain your regularity. Colon Flow is being released to the general public, and your area has been selected to try it right now for free. Call immediately to find out how to receive your free 30-day trial. Phone lines are open now.
Call 888-719-9824. That's 888-719-9824.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS that you can't pay? Call now for immediate help. At the Tax Relief Line, we help people just like you. If you take on the IRS alone, you could be facing levies, liens, even wage garnishments, personal or business tax issues. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, call now and see if you can pay less. They can freeze your bank accounts, even garnish your wages. Call the Tax Relief Line now for immediate help. Our expert team of tax professionals will negotiate your tax problem and deal with the IRS for you. If the IRS is threatening you with levies, wage garnishments, or seizing your assets, call now and see if you can pay the IRS less.
866-657-8401, 866-657-8401, 866-657-8401, 866-657-8401.
Hi folks, Fred Dreyer here for Regenix. Do you have hair and scalp issues? Is your hair thinning? Is it fragile? Is it breaking off? Is it falling out? Do you have more skin on the top of your head than you'd like? Well, if you do, there's only one place for you, and that's Regenix. Why, you ask? Because they take the time to analyze and explain to you what is happening and why. This September will be the beginning of my 8th year as a Regenix customer. I could not be more satisfied. So go to the phone and punch in 1-800-REGENIX. That's 1-800-REGENIX, or go to Regenix.com.
So what brought you in today?
Well, Doctor, whenever I get excited, I yodel.
Interesting. So if I said, Kmart and Sears are giving Shop Your Way members up to $20 in surprise points. Wow. And if I were to say surprise points can be used on qualifying purchases both in-store or online. And the points are only valid until June 18th? Amazing.
I know. I'm not even Swiss.
Amount of points awarded based on membership status and other factors. See shopyourway.com for details.
That last commercial might have been offensive to the Swiss. I don't know. Welcome back here to the PM Show Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn with the one and only football legend, Sultan of Safety. Hail to the band. We're talking about the great Fred Dreyer, also the noted actor, motion picture star, television star, stage star, and now radio star, and supporter of human rights everywhere. Once again, here is Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very, very much. I'm a big Redskin fan and have been since 1969 as a rookie from the city of New York representing the Giants. I played against the Redskins there in D.C. Stadium. Knew some friends there, and it was that song has a wonderful, wonderful place in my memory, and you couldn't play it longer.
Well, we could.
High enough, fast enough.
We could.
Just wonderful, wonderful rhythm.
Get you.
I like it. You want to get up and move your feet. With us, continuing on the subject matter of the Redskins and the government's attack on the name Redskins.
They lost their copyright today.
Yeah, is our good friend Jerry Gardner. Jerry, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, I always look at things like this. Certainly, there's you always get the feeling because of what the mainstream media does with stuff like this. They do this, and it's almost pornography to me. How they play to the sensibilities of people. That you have a rich owner, white owner, that is enslaving the brand name of Redskins, and yet after all these 300-400 years of American occupation of North America, they are continuing to bludgeon Indians on a daily basis, And
it's been around since the 1920s, and nobody was offended by it then.
And so you've got how many people, Jerry, really
are upset by this? How many are really upset? I don't know anybody that I come in contact with every day that's really upset by it.
Nobody cares, actually.
Yeah, like I said, raise your hand and start counting. 5.
Yeah.
5.
Does that come out on the story, though, Jerry? Does that come out? Does that get reported? I didn't hear that it's just 5 people.
I read the wire service story, Mike, but unlike so many wire service stories, the entire story never makes it into the paper and never gets onto the media news things that people subscribe to. They come over on Facebook, and they show maybe 2-3 paragraphs, and that's it. But if you read down, you go to the final paragraph of the story that was released today that everybody could see, but didn't. 5 people were behind this entire thing.
So that's in the wire copy, and does that get into the news copy that we then see in the newspaper?
No.
Or on the evening television news?
Copy, and you're not going to see it on the wire stories that people subscribe to.
No.
Because, people don't watch TV for news. They don't even read the papers. They get it off the Internet.
So the media
cuts
that out.
A very quick,
it's just,
Reader's
sound
Digest
bites.
type of thing. So, no, it's not going to happen.
It's sound bites. And here's the other thing. I immediately thought of Donald Sterling on this. With what this is kind of like what they could do. Not that they're going to follow through on this because I don't think it compares. But Donald Sterling, which I really like, is now countersuing. He's hired a detective to investigate not only the league but all of the owners to see if there's other type of racial slurs.
Sterling has hired an investigator to investigate the other owners.
Yeah, he's suing everybody. You know how fun this is going to be.
I like that.
He doesn't have to go very far.
He doesn't, Jerry.
You
Why?
only need 2 or 3. You don't need the entire NBA to find little secrets, which are really not that secret, to people who have done far worse than Sterling ever did.
Didn't Mark Cuban warn?
I want to tell you something else.
Yeah.
The commissioner of the NBA, Adam Silver, is the dumbest man on the face of the earth. This is all about hurt feelings. And if they held hands with Sterling, said, hey, look, we don't want you owning the team. We've got a good owner. He'll take care of everybody. We're going to lift a lifetime ban. You want to come to a game, sit up in the suites, that's fine with us. We just don't want you owning the Clippers, and you shouldn't. But continue to come to the games. Enjoy yourself. How many years does he have left? If they only would have held his hand and calmed his hurt feelings, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, well, it's happening, and I love it.
Yeah.
And look how dumb they are.
Just so happy
to play
with
hard line with an 81-year-old man who has billions and enough to ruin some people in that NBA office.
Well, that team is worth every $2 billion of those dollars, by the way, too.
Well,
that's such a franchise
as I've told you, Mike, off the air, the NBA contributed $1 billion to that. $2 billion.
So what do you mean by that? Tell everybody. So
all the owners kicked in money to add up to make it $2 billion.
No, I don't know. The owners didn't kick in any money. I have that on very good authority. They did not. But the NBA has deep pockets, and in order to make Sterling go away, they sweetened the deal by an extra $1 billion. The team is not worth $1 billion. It was worth $850 million on the market when all this stuff began to blow up. How did it all of a sudden get to $2 billion? Well, Ballmer paid $1 billion, and the league paid the other $1 billion. And the idea behind that was to keep Sterling quiet. But what they didn't realize is that poor Sterling's feelings were hurt.
That's right.
And all they had to do was make nice in some way, shape, or form. The players and everyone else who's going nuts over the Sterling issue, he won't be owning the team anymore. That's fine with them. Now they can shut up. But as far as Sterling is concerned, well, who says he can't get in his limo and go to a game?
Yeah. Exactly.
What kind of America is that?
Fred and I were going to take him.
Barack Obama's America.
Weren't you going to take him to a game, Fred? Weren't you?
Yeah,
we were all going to get.
I used to say hi to Jerry on the sideline.
Donald
on the sideline. We're talking with Jerry Gardner, CBS News. Well, I'm more interested in not only what the government is doing that we hear about. I'm also interested in what they're doing that we don't hear about. And I think this is just a cover. This is all flack. It's all propaganda. It's all crap we don't need to know. And this thing will wash away pretty quickly. And Dan Snyder is my new favorite owner.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and get myself a Redskins jersey.
So am I.
I'm going to get rid of this Hawaiian shirt.
And this, believe me, and there's not going to be anybody selling Redskins stuff, believe me.
I will. I think it's going to go up in value. I think people are going to be looking for it now.
Jerry, I want to thank you for taking the time to join
Thanks,
us and
Jer.
chirp in on
Anytime.
this little deal, and we'll be in touch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jerry's the man. Jerry Gardner there. He knows his stuff. And he's a big hockey fan. You didn't ask him about the Kings, did you?
We're talking Redskins.
Well, can we talk Kings when we come back a little bit, too?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Come on. They're the Stanley Cup champions.
I know.
PM Show Weekend Edition, the one and only Fred Dryer. Follow Fred on Twitter if you would love. And Fred is Fred_Dryer, D-R-Y-E-R.
Now is the time for new flooring in your home because Lumber Liquidators has every floor on sale with the end of quarter clearance sale on right now. Get huge savings on all flooring like Quick Click pre-finished hardwood for $169 a square foot, solid hand-scraped horizontal bamboo for $179, and this weekend only get 8mm cherry laminate for just 69 cents. So go to lumberliquidators.com to find the store nearest you. Special 24-month financing is available. But hurry, this end of quarter clearance sale ends Monday, June 30th.
Homeowners, there's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home and loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Call now. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS that you can't pay? Call now for immediate help. At the Tax Relief Line, we help people just like you. If you take on the IRS alone, you could be facing levies, liens, even wage garnishments, personal or business tax issues. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS, call now and see if you can pay less. They can freeze your bank accounts, even garnish your wages. Call the Tax Relief Line now for immediate help. Our expert team of tax professionals will negotiate your tax problem and deal with the IRS for you. If the IRS is threatening you with levies, wage garnishments, or seizing your assets, call now and see if you can pay the IRS less.
866-657-8401, 866-657-8401, 866-657-8401, 866-657-8401.
It's the PM Show Weekend Edition coming to you from the studios of CRN Digital Talk Radio and brought to you by our friends at Regenix. If you've got hair, scalp issues, send a little bit of your hair into the good people at Regenix. They'll analyze it for you, keep your hair from falling out, keep the good hair that you have. Check it all out at Regenix.com, R-E-G-E-N-I-X, Regenix.com, or call them at 1-800-REGENIX, 1-800-REGENIX. And the star of our show, Mr. Fred Dryer.
Thank you so much. Welcome back to the show, and thanks to Jerry Gardner for joining us for a couple of segments. We really appreciate that. The Kings had a big,
Stanley
huge
Cup champion Kings.
They had a
if you will.
huge. I guess they had did they have 300,000?
Yeah, at the parade in Los Angeles this week, 300,000 showed up for the big parade there, and
good for them.
At a big rally inside the Staples Center. They were on Jimmy Kimmel show, and they had the mayor of New York had to sing "I Love L.A."
Oh, they had him.
De Blasio had to go there and sing "I Love L.A." to Eric Garcetti, the Los Angeles mayor.
Was he here? Was he here?
They had cameras with. He had.
Oh, so he was in New York
singing.
He was
in New York.
He should have had to have been here on Wilshire Boulevard.
Should have.
With a big nasty redhead by his side, singing that song.
That's right, and he sent hot dogs, and he gave them to all the members of Jimmy Kimmel's audience. They had some kind of New York hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
So that but it was pretty good to see the mayor actually have to jump up and down and sing "I Love L.A." And he had some kids with him, So if you can't sing, always bring kids with you. That's what you always want to do. It always helps kind of.
Kids are always a great
diversion. Kids are always
a
diversion. Always good.
Completely good.
Yeah. So anyway, so the Kings, come on, that was quite the. They played so many playoff games, 7-game series up until 5 games in the Stanley Cup final, and that Stanley Cup final, you can say, well, 5 games, yeah, but those games were overtime, double overtime. That was an incredible run in the playoffs for the Kings, and they were, down 3-0 in that very first series against the San Jose Sharks, and came around and won 4 in a row. That was defining for this team.
That was the defining moment in their championship run, and I got to tell you, I don't watch a lot of hockey.
You will now,
but I certainly will now. Truly, they did great. Did you see Vinny had him up in the booth at the Dodger game?
That was he announced it at the Dodger game, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, they brought all the players, and they brought the cup down there on the pitcher's mound.
Oh, when I missed this. When did this happen?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So Vinny had the players in the booth with the Stanley Cup.
That's right, and they were all down below. They took batting practice.
The Kings did, because some of the Kings had Dodger hats on. Maybe they can rub off on Matt Kemp and turn him into his former self. No, nothing going to happen?
No, it's not going to happen.
No? Maybe we should get Matt Kemp a Redskins jersey or something. Maybe that'll help him out.
Well.
Something. Matt Kemp used to be one of the great players in the Dodgers, but he's been striking out an awful lot. What is that all about?
I think I've said this a long time ago, and he got pulled off his mark of 3 years ago. And with injuries and ego
and money, right? They gave him a lot of money.
They gave him way too much money too soon. And I've said this to you before that in athletics, some players want the spotlight. Their egos demand attention in the spotlight. And once you pay somebody money, the spotlight follows. And they realize they can't hold the spotlight.
What about Chad Billingsley? Gets all that money after having a fairly good season, and as a pitcher for the Dodgers, he's been out for 2 years. Now he's got season-ending elbow surgery again. He's got another surgery. This guy's getting paid millions of dollars.
He's getting another elbow surgery?
Yes, he's done. He's getting elbow surgery, and Chad Billingsley is out for the year. So, yeah. That's the look on your face. He's getting paid the millions of dollars that they gave him, and he hasn't pitched a damn game. There should be something said that if you're injured, you get paid X amount of dollars, but the rest of the money reverts back. It's a crime. Baseball, sports in general, crazy because there's not that intensity that some of the players have. In hockey, you get a lot of players that have intensity. I don't see that in baseball.
Well, pitchers are a gamble.
They are.
If he tore his arm up, then he tore his arm up. But the point is that I don't know. Some guys, you throw all those pitches that fast, and that arm's not supposed to be doing that, and you're biding your time. Kershaw one day will have a shoulder surgery, elbow surgery. He'll have it, and they all do, and but it's not because he's not a hardworking guy. And I think Billingsley seemed to be a hard-working guy. That's the word. He was a hard-working guy, but he was just a mental case when he pitched, and now he got his arm blown up. And today, you're telling me
2 days ago, yesterday. I think it was yesterday announced that he's got season-ending elbow surgery.
Yeah,
unbelievable. I mean,
I've never seen such. I've never seen. The whole thing is about all the coaches, Lombardi and all the coaches, in the era would always say this: if I could go into the season with 100% health, I'd win a world championship.
You're right. Health is the key.
And that is this: if Dodgers had all of their people, they could depend on them. They had all of their people, they would no doubt win a championship. And they just can't seem to stay healthy. Ramirez is now out. Now he jammed his ring finger.
Yeah. Hit a home run, then jumped for something or whatever the guy hit, and he jammed his ring finger.
Yeah,
so
right.
There you have it. It's a tough thing right now. The only guy who's still performing well is Vin Scully. He's in the broadcast booth, unfortunately.
He sounds so good.
Yeah, he does.
And when he goes, who do you think is going to fill
Nobody.
in?
They're just going to have silence and let the crowd go, and you hope and pray that you'll hear Vin's voice.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm telling you.
You should get over there and give that a run.
Should I give it a run?
Yeah,
you and I go in the broadcast booth?
All right, folks. When we come back, there's more. We got another segment going on, and we'll chat about something. I don't know what it is, but we'll be right back.
PM Show Weekend Edition. That's the one and only Fred Dreyer. Email Fred incoming at crni.net.
Hi, this is Larry Minetti. I played Rick on Magnum P.I. This season, you've got to escape to Hawaii and stay at the Hilton Hawaiian Village Waikiki Beach Resort. Come lounge by your choice of 5 beautiful sparkling swimming pools. Surf or swim on Waikiki's whitest white sandy beach. Enjoy water sports at Duke Kahanamoku Lagoon. Visit the shops. Dine at any one of Hilton Hawaiian Village's favorite restaurants and watch awesome fireworks on Friday night. Hilton Hawaiian Village is Waikiki's only true destination resort with more of everything, folks. Book today at HiltonHawaiianVillage.com or see your travel agency. And don't forget to say Rick sent me.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs are available, so call right now. 800-223-9206. 800-223-9206. 800-223-9206. Call the Total Transformation now. 800-223-9206.
Have you ever considered adding a home security system but thought it would be too expensive? Here's the good news. There's never been a more affordable time to help protect your home, valuables, and your loved ones. You can now get a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, with the installation of a new ADT monitored system. Here's even better news. Your new system, worth $850, is free. You pay just a $99 installation charge and purchase monthly monitoring for less than $2 a day. Call Protect Your Home today at 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. Get the peace of mind that comes with owning an ADT monitored system, plus a $100 Visa card from Protect Your Home. Call now, 1-866-669-8954. That's 1-866-669-8954. 36-month monitoring contract required. General terms and conditions apply. Visit protectyourhome.com/terms.
It's the PM Show Weekend Edition, CRN Digital Talk Radio. You can email Fred Dreyer incoming, like in a bomb, incoming at crni.net. Follow him on Facebook, facebook.com/The Real Fred Dreyer. Follow him on Twitter, Fred_Dreyer, D-R-Y-E-R. Star of our show, Sultan of Safety, stars of motion picture, television, stage, and radio, Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thanks so very much. Speaking of radio and TV and all those things, this Sunday, the 22nd, I believe, a 2-hour crisis.
Saturday, this coming Saturday.
Is it on Saturday?
Saturday night, the big 2-hour finale of your series.
From 9
Crisis.
to 11.
Yeah, you want to watch that one. Are you going to be in this one?
Yeah, I'm in the last. I'm in the 11th show, which is the first hour.
I love it. Okay, so this is going to be Fred Dreyer on Crisis, the big season-ending finale.
I have a scene in there. They arrest me, and then they come in and interview me.
Really?
Yeah, I tell them some jokes, and that's it.
And then do you get released?
No, yeah, they release me.
Well, you get pardoned by Obama, I think, in the end. Isn't that the final scene where Obama comes in and pardons you?
Yeah.
I think in the show.
That's what happens.
All right, sad this week in the news, Tony Gwynn Sr.
Yes.
Great, one of the great hitters of Major League Baseball. A San Diego Padre fixture. Could have taken more money and gone elsewhere. He stayed with San Diego, was coaching and the schools there in San Diego. Hall of Famer, inducted
he went
in
to San Diego State, and he coached there.
And he had
named the stadium after him.
338 career batting average.
338.
Unbelievable. And 3,141 hits. Now, he chewed tobacco, had cancer. Saliva cancer.
Gland.
And that is a serious thing. But you're saying also you have to watch the balance in your body, too. An acidic
well, it's
body.
never one thing.
Right.
The body is amazing. It can handle the poison and the toxins that come in and come out. But it has to have your system has to be balanced acid-alkaline level. if you allow, and of course tobacco is very acidic. So, but if your diet and the other things you're doing are balanced out, you got a fighting chance to not have this affect you that much. But with him and a lot of guys, they have an acidic lifestyle. And this is just something you can't overcome.
Alkaline green, right? The broccoli.
I had a big alkaline drink today.
What'd you have
this morning?
What'd you have?
Carrots, beets, celery, kale.
I thought you weren't grinding up anything like that. Did you buy it somewhere?
Well, I've always had a grinder.
Oh, so you had a grinder.
I had a juicer.
You had a juicer, so you juiced it.
I had the bullet, but I
carrots.
Yeah.
Beets.
Yes.
What else? Celery. Kale.
Yeah. Spinach,
all
those things.
That's
about
good.
6 or 7 things you throw in there. I had a huge tumbler of it, and
was it good?
Oh man,
really
kidding?
good.
Oh yeah, sunlight.
Do you watch the soccer games with that? The World Cup is going on.
I watch soccer because I'm waiting to see the athleticism of the guys who turn themselves upside down and kick the ball in the middle upside down.
Goal!
Yeah, right.
They do that in there all the time. It kind of clears their nasal passages.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't watch it for that, and believe me,
you don't.
I don't like to watch
practicing that.
Brazil and Mexico battle to a 0-0 tie after an hour.
That was a battle, huh?
Hour and a half. I want to see the guys jump up in there and kick it over their heads.
You like the backwards?
My favorite memory is a guy just jumping up in the air, kicking the ball over his shoulder, not into the net, but he passed it to a guy who was open who kicked it in.
And that was a guy playing football out in your front yard.
That guy was a genius.
Yeah,
that guy was an absolute soccer genius. I have a lot of respect for that. A lot of fun.
All right, we do this show live on Wednesdays, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 Eastern. It is podcast archive taken care of. You can go ahead and check it out with go to crntalk.com/Fred Dreyer. Email Fred incoming at crni.net. Don't forget our sponsor, Regenix, REGENIX. Go to regenix.com or call 1-800-REGENIX, REGENIX. Final thoughts from Fred.
Folks, when you're listening to this show, just think of me in my garage, because I'll be cleaning it out. I'll be making headway. I'll be smoking my cigar this weekend. I had a great Father's Day. I hope you guys did too. And I look forward to you next week.
Around the CRN studios, we pride ourselves on being the station of every situation. You can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com. But with TuneIn Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher, you can listen to the latest editions of our programs, like The PM Show, anywhere, anytime you want. Let Fred Dreyer give you his ace-in-the-hole opinion on politics. Bring Hollywood legends and their stories with you to your next party, thanks to Robert Conrad. And, of course, tell those Hawaiians the real meaning of aloha with Larry Manetti. For more information on how to listen to these great shows or many others, log on to crntalk.com and create your own listening experience today.
The radio channel. The radio channel. CRN.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. U.S. officials say President Obama has shifted his focus away from airstrikes in Iraq as an imminent option.
The president has made no final decisions and could ultimately approve limited strikes, but officials say there are few clear targets the U.S. could hit to slow the militant insurgency. The president has vowed not to send American combat troops into Iraq, but has said he's reviewing all other options.
SRN News White House correspondent Greg Clugston. After emerging from a meeting with the president today, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell told reporters Mr. Obama believes he does not need authorization from Congress for any steps he might take to quell the al-Qaeda-inspired insurgency sweeping through Iraq. Meanwhile, Iraqi forces and Sunni militants battled fiercely for control of the nation's largest oil refinery on Wednesday as Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki went on a diplomatic offensive, reaching out in a televised address to try to regain support from the nation's disaffected Sunnis and Kurds. Meanwhile, a government asserted that it had retaken partial control of a strategic city near the border with Syria. Also at SRNnews.com, more fallout from that controversial prisoner swap for Bo Bergdahl.
A former platoon mate of Bergdahl saying the idea that no man is left behind does have limits.
From what I gathered from it, it was always leave no honorable man behind, not leave no man behind.
Retired Army Specialist Cody Full telling members of Congress that Bergdahl committed the ultimate betrayal, and now that he's home should face a raft of charges, including desertion.
SRN News' Wally Hines reporting. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office ruled Wednesday that the Washington Redskins name is disparaging of Native Americans and should be stripped of trademark protection. By a vote of 2-1, the agency's Trademark Trial and Appeal Board sided with 5 Native Americans in a dispute that has been working its way through legal channels for more than 2 decades. On Wall Street, they're up by 98 points. This is SRN News.
Hey, it's Jackie Velasquez. My husband and I have been married for almost 8 years. A couple years ago, we had one of those big talks. We were sitting at the dinner table, and he said, "Baby, if I ever have bad breath, please, can you tell me?" I thought, wow, we are really married, and you know, I love that. So that's our new rule for one another, and that's pretty cool. We've loved TheraBreath. The toothpaste, the mouthwash, lozenges are natural, not made with saccharin, not to mention their ability to turn the giant tub of mouthwash into a little footprint on our bathroom sink. For $10 in coupons, visit TheraBreath.com/Jackie. That's J-A-C-I. TheraBreath.com/Jackie. J-A-C-I. TheraBreath products are available at Target, Walgreens, Walmart, Publix, and other fine stores. And don't forget your TheraBreath coupons. Visit TheraBreath.com/Jackie. That's spelled J-A-C-I. TheraBreath.com/Jackie. J-A-C-I. TheraBreath. Fresh breath. Made simple.
Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick and U.S. Interior Secretary Sally Jewell say a large area off the Atlantic coast is being opened for commercial wind energy leases.
The officials say the proposed area is over 742,000 acres. That's larger than the land area of Rhode Island and will almost double the federal offshore acreage available for commercial-scale wind energy projects. So far, the government has awarded 5 commercial wind energy leases off the Atlantic coast. 2 competitive leases have also been awarded in the Massachusetts-Rhode Island area and Virginia.
SRN's Jeremy House reporting the proposed area is about 12 miles offshore, south of Martha's Vineyard, and will be auctioned as 4 leases. E-cigarettes with fruity flavors like Cherry Crush are coming under intense Senate scrutiny over concern that manufacturers are trying to appeal to youngsters. The presidents of 2 companies that make electronic cigarettes were challenged for more than 2 hours during a hearing about industry marketing practices. This is SRN News. The United States is urging Sri Lanka's government to protect religious minorities after hardline Buddhists launched deadly attacks on Muslims.
State Department spokeswoman Jen Psaki also said Sri Lanka should conduct a full investigation and bring those responsible for the violence to justice. Sri Lankan authorities said 3 Muslims were killed and dozens wounded in the attacks overnight Sunday in the island nation's southwest. The Buddhist group whose supporters launched the attacks has been gaining followers and is believed to have state support. Similar Buddhist attacks on Muslims have taken place in Rakhine State in Myanmar. Patrick Voss, SRN News.
Recently retired Tonight Show host Jay Leno is being awarded the nation's top humor prize. The Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington says Leno will be honored with the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in a performance by his fellow comedians on October 19th. The show will be broadcast nationally November 23rd on PBS. More details at srnnews.com. I'm Keith Peters in Washington.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, Ph.D., host of Healthline. Join me live to get your questions answered and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family. Our product line, Quantum Nutrition Labs, delivers what others only promise, nutrition that really works. This month, Quantum Digest is on special. The Lexus of digestants. It works in the broadest range of pH. It's the most purified USP plant enzymes. No matter what you eat, it has the power to support its digestion. Studies suggest it can preserve your digestive power throughout your life. It's like an insurance policy for a good quality of life. Buy 2 bottles, get the 3rd one free. Call 800-370-3447. That's 800-370-3447. Feel the difference Quantum Digest can make. No one should eat cooked food without it.
Hello, everybody. Paul Sort of Michael Horn here to tell you a bit about what's coming up on the next What's Cooking Show.
We'll talk about affordable great wines with Larry Lipson from the Lipson Institute for Advanced Wine Studies. He'll be telling you all about good stuff there. And then barbecue season's coming up. The 4th of July just around the corner. And live from the Fairway Market in Brooklyn, New York chef Michael Simon will be here to give you barbecue and tips. And coming up Thursday morning at 8 a.m., Heather Moran's going to talk about Roll Out the Barrels in San Luis Obispo. And we'll have comedian Martin Short on the show. Don't miss it on What's Cooking.
How in the world can I talk